Hello and welcome to Dad Rocks. Today we're going to do something a little different. I had a bunch of offcuts and just misfit kind of opals, and so I had been throwing them in a bucket for a long time and decided to drop them in a tumbler and was amazed with the results that I got. And so what we want to do today is have a look at that. So here's the Ethiopian opal, excuse me. And just remember, these are scraps. These are not the high end. But some of them have some really nice color on them. All right. Little piece of crystal opal. Here's a doublet that did not work out so well. I just decided I wasn't going to use it because it didn't have enough flash, but I just tossed it in my reject bucket and ended up tumbling it. And there's a piece of boulder opal with some crystal. Pardon my fingernails, but I've been working boulder opal lately, and it does turn your fingers brown, your fingernails brown. Here's a little chunk that's right on the edge of potch and color. I probably blew through the color bar, and that's what's left. Here's a piece of boulder opal. It looks like it's mainly common opal, but it does have that one strip right in there, that a little seam in there. Not a lot of color to it, and that's why it made the rejects pile. Next, we got another piece of boulder opal. Just has a little flash on that one edge. Here's a little piece of Spencer opal. It's got one little spot in there that's got precious opal, if I can get it to flash. It's right in the middle of the screen. Hopefully that did flash. Here's another chunk of Spencer opal. It's mainly the rhyolite, but right here at the top, you can see some color. Looks like that's coming through. Here's another piece of Spencer opal. Again, it has the rhyolite with it. You can see it just has a little bit of purple right there on that one edge of the opal. And this is a piece of boulder opal. Didn't have a lot of flash, but it's got some green and bluish purple, some blurple in there. Looks like I might have started this one off as a cab. And you can see a little bit of purple there. And then if I turn it over, you can see it's trying to broad flash a little bit on that, on the top. Some greens and yellows. And there's another piece of Spencer opal here. See just a little bit of pinfire play of color. Here's a dark opal. And it's got pretty decent color play in it. It's purple, bluish purple. And got it on both sides. I'm not sure why I rejected that. It may have been the color. It is kind of dark, but nothing wrong with that. In fact, I put it aside. So here is, this is a dark opal, which is a light black opal, basically. It's got a gray potch on it. It's got the curse of sand all over it. But when I dropped it in a tumbler, kind of got a neat look to it. It's crystal on the top and gray potch on the back. And then that tan that you see is all chunks of sand in there. And on this boulder opal, you can see just a little play of color at the top. Some green flash there. This boulder opal didn't take a very good polish, but it has some green color play there in the middle. So don't toss out your opal. You just don't know what, you know, how it might turn out. It might turn out good, you know, to be something good. And here's a piece of boulder opal that's got sand. And it's just got a little opal glow in the back. It still polishes real good. Here's another one that had a weird color to the base, a background color. You can see that broad flash on that one side, right there at the top. Goes down to the middle. So here's a piece of boulder opal. It doesn't have a real bright flash to it, but it's got that purple, and it just didn't take a polish here. Just soft material. And this has green flash right in the middle. And it's got a little bit of red right at the bottom. And some yellow on the side. It just doesn't have a lot of flash, so it didn't really make the cut. Right here at the top, this has got, well, on the side too, it's got some pretty bright purple flash, but it's really directional. And it just didn't work out. But it works out all right tumbled. So if it was sitting in a jar, it would catch light and do all right. This little piece has some real faint flash in it. Got a pretty neat little pattern, but a lot of undercutting on this. It just didn't polish up. This one's got a pretty neat pattern on it. Little purple flash there at the bottom. This one here absolutely would not polish, but right in that real soft area, you can see some green flash. Here's another one. You can see right at this end, there's a little purple flash and a line of green flash going across what's now the top. Took a good polish. It's more Boulder Opal. And it's just got, you know, a very light purple color to it. And you know, it just didn't take a polish, and there's not a whole lot of color to it, but it'll look good in a jar. Oh, whoops. Here's one with some purple flash right around the nut there in the middle. So that's a Yawa. You see a little green up here on the top edge now, if it'll show. And here's another Yawa nut, and it's got a lot of purple flash going around the nut in the middle right here. Well, I guess it'd be at the top. But it got some decent flash on it. It'll look good in a decorated jar. Here you can see some color on this. It's actually got decent color, but it has some chunks missing, and it just didn't polish too well. Got a lot of pits. And then this one's just got a little bit of purple flash, and well, it had a little green right there above my finger. Next, we got some Spencer Opal, and this was real dark, but it's got some broad flash there at the top. I believe that's what that is. It's good on the direction. There just isn't very much of it. So it made the rejects. Here's another Spencer Opal. It didn't have much color at all in it, but you know, I hate to waste the opal. I'm not sure if that's showing on the camera or not. Another piece of Spencer. Uh-oh. Well, it's slippery as it can be. Another piece of Spencer here. And you can see some color in it. There just isn't a lot of material to work with right there. But it's got some red flash right in the middle. Another piece of Spencer opal. You can see some red flash and some green. There's just one bar going across, but it is, it's not thick enough to really cut into jewelry. You'd have to cut down from here, because you can see that bar going right across the middle, so you'd have to cut 90 degrees to that. And I just don't think it's thick enough really to do anything with. And here's another Spencer opal. Got pretty good color right there, got a decent color bar in that one spot, but it's just not wide. It's not wide enough to do anything, and it'll look great in a decorative, clear glass. And so here is another Spencer opal. I think the flash is just a little light to pick up. This is a piece of Ethiopian opal. You can see it's got the one piece of crystal in the center. Well, if I get it back in frame. So right in here, you can see flash right in there. And you can actually see it from the other side too. Looks like it's got kind of a broad flash going all through that, even to the top there. Huh. Now this is plagued with sand here, but you can see a little bit of purple flash on one side, a little bit of green flash on the other. This right here, I think this is a fire agate. I'm going to set this one aside. Actually pretty nice. Here's a piece of Boulder opal. It's got dark purple and a little bit of green flash. Oops. And it just didn't take a polish. Same with this piece right here. It's got decent flash. It's not real bright. It's just a real dark purple. Here's another piece of Ethiopian. Got a lot of play of color on that. Got some sand spots in there. But I think I'm going to set that aside and try to make a triplet out of it. Here's another piece that had a sand problem. And you can see the purple color play on it. And this is mainly just black potch. Probably was grinding a little knobby. It had a little bit of purple on it. I tossed it in the rejects. This one has some pretty color in it, but it's just that one little line there. Right at the top, and I think it can be You know, I think it can be enjoyed in a glass jar. And here's another one. You can see a hint of purple on it. And, well, there was a pretty bright little flash of purple, but not enough to really make a gemstone out of. This is right on the edge of being a black opal. I think it's still a dark opal, but you can see the blue or purple flash. It's just not very intense. And then you got some gray potch coming through here and here. So it didn't quite make the cut. Here's a little crystal. And you can see the purple on that. But you can't see it from this direction or this direction. It's a real directional purple, so didn't work out. This is a piece of black that looked like I was trimming on it, and it had decent color, but it was only in the one spot there at the top. Or now it's on the left. But like the other ones, it'll be pretty in a jar. This one has a lot of pretty colors in it. It's just too small for anything. I hope the colors are picking up. It also looks like it's cracked when I'm looking at it zoomed in. This one's got some decent color in it. It's just full of sand. It's got the sand curse, but it'll look pretty in a jar. This one's got a pretty little chunk here at the top. The colors dance on it pretty nice too. And I guess someone could come in here and actually cut a gem out of that if it's not fractured. I saw a crack in it. So another crystal that's full of sand, but you can see the purple in it. These came from, a lot of these came from some gamble jars that were real cheap, and that's just what you do. You gotta go through and work through a lot of the sand. And I still found some good gems in it. But, you know, paid $30 or $35 for a jar. You can't expect a whole lot out of that. This one's got decent color. It's just got sand streaks going through it. And there's purple again in this, in the crystal area there on that dark gray potch. Right here at the top, there's some color play. Kind of directional. And that's just a little chunk there. But it's got some purple play in it that look pretty in a jar. This one has a lot of sand and stuff in it, and fire too. But you can see how it's all eat up with sand, and getting a gemstone out of there is just about impossible. There's some dark pots that has a faint purple color play on it. Same thing with this one here, little purple color play. It just is eat up with sand, but it's got some purple that'll look pretty in a jar. There's a little bit of boulder opal, and it had that one seam. And when I dropped it in the tumbler, boy, it really polished up nice. Here's another dark opal with just a little bit of purple flash on it. Seeing the color in that one. Same thing, a piece of crystal opal and a lot of sand. They could get a half a carat stone out of that. And one day I might try. There's another one that's just eat up with sand. There's another one just too small to do anything with, and the black potch didn't cover the whole back. It's a little piece of a knobby there that does a little dark purple, but it's still got sand in there. You'd have to grind that out, and it may have a crack, and maybe that's why I gave up on it. Wow, so this has some good color in it, if you catch the direction just right. And that one there's just got a little bit of purple in it, but a ton of sand. Again, that was from $30 jar. So, you know, you kind of get what you pay for. I did get some nice gems out of them. I got a couple of those jars. Here's another little purple one. Good color and a lot of sand. Can't get around the sand. It's a little piece of boulder opal. If I can get it turned over, we'll see the color on it. It has just that little bit right, that purple right in there. Here's another one with purple flash on it, but it just has a unattractive back on it, a splotchy. I'm going to take another look at it. It had some decent flash. I didn't see nothing on that. There's a little piece of a shell, an opalized shell. And you can tell because it's got that, just the shape of it. Again, a little gray potch with some crystal purple flash. Another one full of sand, purple flash. There we go, there it is. See some decent purple flash off the end of that. Actually pretty bright. This one has a green flash, but it had that big imperfection in the middle. Still could probably get a decent stone out of that, maybe. I'm gonna toss that one aside to reevaluate. It's a piece of jelly. You can just barely see the purple in that one. Little piece of older opal. Just a couple of little sparkles in there. I believe this is another shell. I had a couple of shells in the in that rough that I bought the gamble parcel. So another little gray potch, purple crystal. This one looks like it's got some neat little color. If I can get it to shine. But it's just not really a good purple. A little bit of green flash in that gray potch. Again, I just hate to throw opal away. And even going through this now, it's like, hey, did I miss something there? I want to go back and check that and get a stone out of it if I can. I'm having a look at some of this. And there you can see a couple of little streaks of purple in that. There's a little purple broad flash at the bottom. Or actually the right. There you can see it. There's just a little bit of purple right here on this end. Gray potch, purple flash. Just nothing strong enough for a gem. That one has some pretty flash on it. And a lot of sand under it. And it kind of kills it. There's a little color in this bolder opal here. Mainly on the other side, okay. Go to some more here. And you can see I didn't by any means tumble this to perfection. In fact, I did it all in Vibratory Tumbler, and I did it on a starting with a 220 grit. And you know, opal is not very hard, and so you can lose a lot of your stuff quick. I don't see the color in that one. Just a little color down at the bottom of that. And there's a little chunk right there with some green in it. Now see, this is just basically, as far as making a gemstone, that isn't gonna happen out of that. I don't know if you could get one the size of the head of a pin off of that. But you can see all the sand in there, but it doesn't look bad when you get when you have the purple in it and if it's sitting in a jar. This one's got some purple flash and green. I'm trying to hold it in my hand still, and here's a good picture of it. Just not a whole lot of it there. Yeah, that just had a lot of potch come to the top on it, or a lot of potch that got mixed in with the color, and it just doesn't look good. You know, not for a gemstone. Just a little piece right in there of opal. See much on the back. It's a piece of that jelly opal or crystal opal. You see that purple on the edge, but there's not a lot you can do with the edge, you know. There's not enough meat there to get a good stone. This one has some nice flash in it. And this is gonna be one, oh crud. This is gonna be one that I'm gonna take another look at. Something's happening there that may be potch, but I put it in my look again pile and see some real faint purple in here. Grape potch. I saw some green flash in there. See that piece of crystal? It has a little bit of sand on it. I think I'm going to take a look at that one again. See that color's pinfire right there in the middle. this little piece of boulder opal's got it's got a real strong purple flash in it. Right in there. But there's just not enough to do anything with. You can see some purple on that one. It has some color in it. There's a little piece of boulder opal. Got a little bit of purple flash in it. Here's a little piece with some color in it. It's got some reds, yellows, green, blue. And then I saw some purple on top. Take another look at that one. That last one may work out as a doublet or triplet, probably triplet. Get another handful here. And that's just some gray potch, and it's just loaded up with sand. But it's got some flash on it too. Little piece of boulder with some flash right there on the edge. There it is. So there's one that I started to make a doublet out of. And when I got in, it just had pot swirls in there. So I tossed it aside. Here's one that lights up with some pretty colors. I just don't. I'm gonna take a look at that again. Pretty nice, actually. Glad I did this video. Let's see. The pieces are getting smaller here. This one has a little bit of red flash in it. This is just a little sliver, but it's got some really bright flash, if I can show that. It doesn't look like the camera's picking it up. Little chunk of boulder opal. It just had a little bit of flash in it. Here's a little piece of Spencer opal that's got some decent color in it. It's just fractured up pretty bad. It's a little piece of boulder opal, but you can, you know, using my finger as a reference, you can tell there's just not much there. Here's some gray potch with some green flash. Again, it's just another small piece. Piece of crystal. This doesn't have a very strong purple flash to it. It's a little bitty piece. It's loaded with color with sand right in the middle of it. Probably a shell. Here's another little piece. Kind of see what's in my hand here. Our pickings are getting smaller and smaller, but you can see color in some of the different stones as they're turned over and all that. Another piece of crystal. It just doesn't have very strong color play on it. Now this one has a nice dark purple on it. There just isn't any, you know, not enough meat to make a gem on it. Oh, it's not really anything. Just a little purple there. But hey, I felt like it was worth it to tumble this stuff, and that one it just has a little bit in there. A gray potch with like a pin. It's got one little hole there that's crystal opal. And here's a little, you can see a lot of color in that. But man, by the time I got to the color, it just wasn't much material left. It could be made into something really small. Here's another piece of crystal. Got some pretty colors on it. If I can quit putting them in the shadows. Now this one's just fractured on the inside. But you can see, well, you can see the fractures for sure. But you can see a little pin fire in there. This is a piece off of a shell. It can have some real nice color, but they're usually, well, from what I've seen, they're thin and you know, they're in a curved shape that's hard to, you know, unless you just make real little things out of it. It has some pretty purple in it. Add some crystal with some pretty purple and a lot of sand mixed in. That one actually, I'm going to take that one back and grind it a little deeper. It looks like there may be a good chunk of opal in there, and it looks like it'll be green, so we'll revisit that one. So I think this is something good to do with, you know, with opal that, yeah, you can see that one. It's got some crazing or maybe even fractures on it. But just not a lot of color. I think that's good to use up your material, not waste your material. And, you know, maybe if you're doing it for a living, it's not worth it. But I'm not. I think I got 2 more handfuls here. Maybe 1.5. So you can see, I believe that's Ethiopian opal. Which they can have some pretty colors, but they have their quirks about them too, so. You can see that was a stone, headed toward being a stone, and the color was just not there. Plus it has crazing real bad. Got good color right along the edge. And that's decent color there, and it's got a splotchy potch background. You can see all the cracks in that. But it'll look good in a jar. Little piece of boulder. It's little, but it has some, definitely has some sparkle on it. That one's got some pretty color in it. That is Boulder Opal there. But it's a little piece. This is the shell. At least I think it is. Maybe not. Oh, shoot. Let me know in the comments what you think about tumbling this. You know, you think it's worthwhile to you? I saw a piece with a lot of color. You can see that one right there. It's got a lot of color in it. I think that other one fell out of my hand. Okay. Half a handful left. All right. See some real strong color in that. But it's a little piece. Here's a nice purple here, but it's just loaded with sand. This one's got, I mean, that's just glowing with color, but just not much of it. Same with this one right there. Okay, well, let me know what you think about it. And we're gonna wrap this up. I appreciate you watching to the end. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more material like this, some content like this, subscribe to the channel. And I'd appreciate it if you like this kind of video, or like this video, if you'll give her a thumbs up. There will be more to come, and until next time, y'all take care, and we'll catch you then.